What looks like a normal, drivable car next to you on the highway might not be as safe as it appears. In fact, there's a chance it shouldn't be driven at all. That's why Travis County constables are cracking down on salvage vehicles and the dealers selling them to unsuspecting buyers. And tonight, we are breaking news about these raids as constables issue dozens of warrants across the area.
You'll only see this on KXAN because our investigator Brittany Glass has been riding along with that group.
And Brittany, it's really given you a closer look at this criminal ring.
Yeah, and it all starts with this. It looks like a temporary paper plate you'd see on any vehicle just purchased, right? Well, this one is fake. Criminals right here in Austin are slapping these on cars up for sale, cars that shouldn't even be out on the road. See, their old way of duping drivers ended a few years back when lawmakers beefed up the state's registration and inspection sticker system to help cut down on fraud. But we've discovered the crime is now actually a whole lot worse, and it's happening right under lawmakers' noses here at the state capitol.
He just made a left onto Colorado, headed toward the governor's mansion, and I am behind him. 28 is 5 boy 9326.
After months of surveillance, Sergeant Joe Escribano and his task force move in on a salvage vehicle.
Get out of my way, get out of my way, get out of my way.
Just feet from the Capitol steps.
He's been driving that vehicle 2/4 from Kyle. That's where he lives at.
The owner, a legislative worker in the House of Representatives with the Capitol tag and a prime parking spot on Capitol grounds.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I work here at the Capitol. I mean, it's embarrassing.
This truck is mine now. It belongs to me because it is evidence.
The man is issued a citation and his truck is towed away until Escribano can determine what part he may play in a suspected illegal salvage operation.
This is a salvage motor vehicle. It shouldn't even be on the road. But as a dealer, you would know that, correct? So this is not just random guy that went ahead and, wanted to hide that the vehicle is a salvage vehicle.
It has a few dents in here.
But some owners have no idea they're part of a criminal ring like this until it's too late.
I like the car, the shape, the color, and everything.
Antonio Vasquez paid $1,100 cash on the spot for his car. As expected, his dealer gave him a temporary tag, and then another, and another.
I'm just trying to get whatever it belongs to me.
The title never came. Then
I bump into a little hole and the car just fall apart, and I say, what's going on?
Vasquez says he's just relieved he didn't break down on the highway.
It's going to be probably a deadly accident,
These fly-by-night dealerships are just issuing tags out, selling tags, authorized agent tags to just anyone.
In recent months, they've been watching dealerships, including the one where Vasquez says he bought his car.
There's no record in RTS database, which means it's a bogus tag.
You need a fender on it, and they deem it salvage.
Often these car lots are no more than a person's front yard, like this one where we went undercover.
The only thing we do is come, put a fender on it, and redo the title and put it back on the road.
A salesman told us what's for sale here comes from private auctions.
If you've been in an accident, that's where they auction them off at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we go buy them at.
53 Victor 6790.
We're going to wait for you right here on the corner.
It is legal to sell a salvage vehicle, but only when it's for the car's parts. Going undercover at one of those auctions, we learned just how easy it is for buyers to skirt the law.
Because we don't check it out, we just put them in a lineup and I just figure out if it starts or not.
They're sending their cars that are not going to pass inspection to these shady stations to get them inspected. Something to what you're telling.
Escribano says they've also been eyeing some inspection stations where dealers are paying workers to say these cars are good to go just so they can be put up for sale again, regardless the danger.
We're small and we're getting it handed to us right now. I mean, I have case after case after case now coming in.
So you might be asking, when you buy a car, there's always a paper plate, right? Well, yes, but the ones we're talking about are not authentic. In fact, they can be found online and printed off easily by anyone. But constables say one dead giveaway is if a paper plate like this doesn't have a VIN number or if that number is just clearly bogus.
That is a lot of work for that task force. I'm curious, Brittany, what did they end up doing with the guy who worked at the Capitol from the beginning of your story?
They ticketed him, but he was not charged with any bigger crime. However, the task force was able to connect enough information on his case to others to help make some of those dealer busts we saw this week. And we've learned that because these vehicles are unregistered, they can be used to commit other crimes, mask felonies, even cover up cartel activity.
All right, Brittany Glass of the State Capitol, thank you very much. And the Travis County Task Force is one of two in Central Texas. Williamson County just approved its own task force last month.
These groups exist on the local and county level because the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles does not have its own law enforcement. But we've learned that could soon change.
You know, inspection sticker fraud has been an area of concern for law enforcement for a number of years.
A few sessions back, Senator Royce West drafted the current Two Steps, One Sticker program, combining vehicle registration and inspections into one to make the process easier for drivers and law enforcement.
This innovation in state law that will help to reduce fraud, promote cleaner air, and increase safety and convenience for Texas vehicle owners.
That was the hope.
This street here, it's got a bunch of paper plates.
The reality?
Now it's even easier than the counterfeiting the stickers. They're counterfeiting these tags.
Paper tags used as temporary license plates.
They're putting multiple, plates that are obviously forgeries, and they're putting them on cars, and you're not the wiser. But they're using them again to do all kinds of things, mask and exploit people.
We thought that we were staying ahead of the criminals, but it's real clear that we've got to kind of redouble our efforts and figure out exactly what we do next now.
Senator West says he realizes now the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles may not have the resources to take on the issue itself. That's because
we do not have commissioned law enforcement that work for the department.
The DMV has an enforcement division, but it only handles complaints.
We take those and open a case on all of those complaints and go out and do an investigation of that dealership if we can track that back to a dealer that may be misusing tags through the system.
The DMV's role in investigating these crimes is usually just sending out warning letters and issuing civil penalties for violations. The agency doesn't actually charge them with crimes.
50 Young 0959 as a temporary tag. They're changing the dates on it.
But the DMV does say it's giving law enforcement the necessary tools to catch them.
The biggest security feature we have on all of our tags, and we have them today, is the unique alphanumeric pattern. Giving law enforcement the ability to run that license plate number is the best deterrent to somebody falsifying or creating a forgery of these tags.
Travis County constables dealing with this issue say what the DMV is doing is not good enough, and clearly it's not working.
But it's just, one of those things that you have to continually monitor it, but you have nobody monitoring it right now. You just don't.
You've touched on a serious issue that we just need to work on. And like I said, I promise that I'll work on it with you.
The constable's office wants to stress that not all dealers are bad. We took a look at all registered dealers in Texas. There are nearly 26,000 who don't sell salvage vehicles and another 8,400 who can. Compare that to the next biggest state where the numbers are a whole lot lower. In California, there are fewer than 10,000 dealers, including salvage dealers. They're called dismantlers there. Still, that state has almost 200 investigators dedicated to dealer complaints. Texas has just 25. Sergeant Joe Escribano leads the Travis County Clean Air Task Force.
I mean, they're just ripping people off.
6 undercover detectives who spend day in and day out stopping vehicles with fake license plates.
We need to make note of that one.
Dangerous vehicles all over Austin. Phony temporary paper license plates used to fake emissions tests and skirt vehicle inspections that might cost too much for some drivers.
You take a car in nowadays, just to look at it, my goodness, it's what, $400 or $500, if you can only imagine. And these people just don't have it, and they have to get like anybody else from point A to point B.
These fly-by-night dealerships are just issuing tags out, selling tags, authorized agent tags to just anyone, and making profit off of it.
For a piece of paper, Escribano says dealers pocket anywhere from 50 to 120 bucks a tag, and they're easy to forge.
But now it's just a piece of paper and a printer. It's all you need.
Escribano says drivers often don't realize they've purchased a fake plate until they get pulled over, like this man.
They're putting multiple, plates that are obviously forgeries, and they're putting them on cars, and you're not the wiser.
Constables say these unregistered vehicles can be used to mask felonies, commit crimes, even cover up cartel activity.
You had a series of people going down I-35 doing burglaries of the Michoacana and car washes, so forth and so on. And both of their vehicles, they reported they had what? Paper tags. But they're using them again to do all kinds of things, mask and exploit people.
And the problem's not going anywhere anytime soon. Constables showed us phony plates are also easily sold online, with promises to keep buyers off the radar.
Our team goes undercover with the law enforcement task force trying to bring down the system behind this growing threat. Here's a first look.
This will be the first of a series of search warrants we'll be executing on inspection stations. This is a culmination of many months of hard effort.
The investigation started back in January. We got 2 felony arrest warrants signed, one for Javier Gutierrez, who owns Global, as well as Joshua Sanchez, one of his main inspectors. The inspection station, Terrell Hill, is right here, and South First is over here. We just got keys to the business now. We're gonna open it to go ahead and execute the search warrant.
Police! Constable's office!
They're sending their cars that are not going to pass inspection to these shady stations to get them inspected.
We've got a mixture of cases that we're sending to the grand jury on weight changes and altering other things on the test.